Good morning, good day, welcome. It's a brand new day. Welcome to Yoga with Angie. Today I want to focus on opening up the hips. So I find a lot of time with students and with myself in general, hips are always a place where we store a lot of energy, a lot of anxiety. We store a lot of stuff in our hips. And so that's always a huge request in any sort of class that I'm teaching, is to open up the hips. So today we're gonna open up the hips and have some very happy hips afterwards. So I hope you enjoyed today's practice. Get into something comfortable. I'll meet you right here on your mat. So we're gonna start with just a grounding practice, something to just kind of center our bodies, our minds, and kind of bring us here just on our mat. So we'll start with a comfortable seated position. I'm actually going to start seated on the block, elevating my tailbone slightly here. And then draw the shoulder blades down and back. Let's create a nice long spine here. From the tailbone, rooting it into your block or into your mat, and then drawing those shoulder blades down and back. Let's start by taking a deep breath in through the nose, and a long exhale. Deep breath in through the nose, and long exhale. One more deep breath in through the nose, and long exhale. Continue with that breath in through the nose, seal the lips, and take that breath all the way back down through the base of the spine. So I really want you to feel the breath as it travels in and out of the body. So not so much as making a conscious effort to control the breath, but more or less just to bring that attention and awareness into your breath. Noting the changes in the body, and just kind of letting yourself settle here in this moment on your mat. And the goal when we try to find or create that space for presence is not to necessarily try to remove all the thoughts in our mind, but it's just try to find that focus in one general focus and bringing that attention there. Those thoughts and all the stuff is going to be there. But by presencing ourselves and bringing ourselves back to our breath, we're able to just be still, be here, be now, in this moment, here on our mat. I want you to take a moment to just think about something that you're ready to let go of. Release it. So take a deep breath in and let it go. Start by slowly opening up the eyes. Doesn't that feel better? Take those fingertips, plant them right behind the seat. Draw those shoulder blades down and back, and as you inhale, peel those shoulder blades down and back, open up the chest, draw the pelvis forward, and then as you exhale, round out the spine, draw the chin in. Inhale, draw those shoulder blades down, press your fingertips in the mat. Open up the chest, the belly, the rib And then as you exhale, round it out. Draw the chin into the chest, head rounds out. One more breath in here. And as you exhale, let the shoulders collapse in, head becomes heavy. And let's release those palms and then just take one giant neck circle all the way around and back. And then reverse it. Left ear comes towards the left shoulder, head comes all the way around and back. And then chin comes back to center. Go ahead and remove the block away from you. So we're going to start with the left shin across the front of the body. So left shin's just right across the front of the body at a 90-degree angle. And then you're going to take that right knee and it comes right out from the hip, also at a 90-degree angle. So you have two 90-degree bends in those knees, that right knee shooting off from that left hip. If you want to place a block to kind of elevate your spine, because if sometimes we get a little off center here, so keep that spine nice and straight. So you're going to press that left palm into your block. As you inhale, take a nice deep breath in, lengthen the spine, and then reach that right arm over the crown of the head. So bend into that left side elbow. Now rotate your torso, taking your gaze inside that right elbow. Now reach a little bit deeper here. Deep breath in. Big exhale. Deep breath in. Now press into the block, extending that left arm. Squeeze the glutes and inner thighs. Drive the hips forward. And then take that right arm and reach it back. Take your gaze inside that right elbow. Deep breath in. Big exhale. Deep breath in, driving those hips forward. Pressing that right knee into your mat. Squeezing the glutes and inner thighs. And then as you exhale, slowly come all the way back down onto your mat. And keeping that left shin across the front of the body. Let's take that right shin, cross it over the top. So if you're finding there's still a lot of space here, if you have tight hips, which we all do, you can take a block right underneath that right knee or a blanket. So I like to bring this block right in front of me because we're going to end up folding forward in front of our shins. So bring that block in front of you just to serve as an aid or a prop to allow you to fully fall forward. So you want to draw the tailbone into the mat, lengthen the spine, and then as you exhale, drive the pelvis forward nice and slow. So as you feel the pelvis driving forward, you should keep that tailbone planted in your mat and slowly start to walk the chest forward. So you're going to feel that right side hip start to open, maybe a little bit tension involved here. You can also double block here if that's as far as you want to go. Each inhale, drive the pelvis forward a little bit deeper, and then as you exhale, bring the chest forward, round out the spine, and then let the head fall heavy here. So if you're pregnant doing this, a double block is always good because you don't want to cut off your circulation to the baby. And so as the more pregnant I get, sometimes I will, depending on the day, maybe use 2 blocks. Today I'm going to use 1. But just taking it nice and easy. And again, there's no destination here. So it's just a journey, releasing into each breath. Each exhale allows that release. So deep breath in, big exhale, deep breath in, and exhale. And then slowly rise up nice and slow, taking all the time that you need. And we're going to switch sides. So you're going to take that right shin across the front of the body. The left knee comes and shoots out from that right hip. So both knees are at about a 90-degree bend. You can use a block or not over on that right side. So as you inhale, lengthen the spine, Take that left arm, reach it all the way over, the crown of the head. Now rotate the torso, gaze comes inside of that left elbow. Press into that right palm, squeeze the glutes and inner thighs, and drive those hips forward. Deep breath in, and exhale. Deep breath in. Big exhale, rotate that torso, drive those hips forward, and then slowly release your hips back down onto your mat. So I find being pregnant, my hips are always tight, can feel, or they're always achy, especially with that expansion of a new life. So taking time to open up those hips, and there's many different ways to do it. We're just gonna take you through a few poses today, but just knowing that you can do things to help you just kind of alleviate some of that tension each day. So same thing here, block comes in front of you, rooting that tailbone into your mat. You wanna drive the pelvis forward and slowly start to find your fold. And as you drive the pelvis forward, feel the chest come heavy, slowly coming in front of or resting into that left shin, and then gently start to walk your palms forward. Deep breath in. Exhale as you start to fold forward, relaxing the neck and shoulders, and let that head fall heavy here. Deep breath in. Big exhale. Deep breath in. Big exhale. And with each breath, that's serving as a way of the body start to opening and release. Each exhale, using that opportunity to find maybe a deeper fold, meeting that resistance with your breath, and releasing. One more breath here. Slowly start to walk those palms back up, nice and slow. And let's meet in a tabletop position. So walk yourself onto your hands and your knees. Palms are directly underneath your shoulders, hips stacked over your knees. I have to do a cat-cow of some sort just to kind of move the spine. And always, especially being pregnant, that tailbone is always super sore. So really taking that tailbone right to left. If you want to work through some cat-cows, press down through the palms. Tuck the tailbone under, let the head fall between the biceps. And then as you inhale, drop the belly, tip that tailbone, draw the chin and chest forward. And then even here, wagging that tailbone back and forth. And then as you exhale, rounding it out, doing the same thing here. Giving that poor tailbone some release in that pregnancy. And this is also great if you're not pregnant as well. Coming back into your tabletop position, gently start to walk your palms forward about one more palm distance, just beyond your shoulders. Now tuck that tailbone under and then drop the hips. So let the hips fall heavy, press down into those palms, squeeze the glutes, draw those shoulder blades down and away. Keep your gaze facing forward. Deep breath in. Big exhale, letting those hips drop heavy, but keeping that low belly engaged, or squeezing the glutes and inner thighs and supporting into that low back. Deep breath in. And exhale. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, tuck that tailbone under, take those knees wide, toes together. Sit your hips back into your heels and take child's pose. And from here, really finding that expansion as you maybe walk your palms forward. We're really expanding in through the neck, the shoulders, all the way through the spine and down through the tailbone. As you just let that tailbone settle into your heels. Deep breath in. And exhale. tabletop position. Let's curl those toes under and make our way into our first downward dog. So press down into those palms and lift the hips high and just pedal through those heels. Taking the right and left heel, dropping it down. Squeezing those inner elbows, letting the head fall between the biceps. And if your heels are not pressing into the mat, which mine are not, they don't have to, so that's not the goal here. You really want to just allow the body to release, let the head fall heavy, and really tip that tailbone back, drive the pelvis forward. You can bend into those knees, extend the legs long, your choice here. Let the head shake it out right to left. And let's take a big step to the top of your mat. Finding your fold, let your head fall heavy here. Let's grab opposite elbows and just kind of release the spine, the neck, and the shoulders. Let the head fall heavy here. Deep breath in. And exhale. Release those palms down into your mat and then slowly rise up. Especially if you're pregnant. I've had many blackouts here. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. And then take your palms, your fingertips, and then just rest them here on your forehead. We're going to take a mini back bend here. So drive into the four corners of the feet, squeeze the glutes and inner thighs, take a mini back bend here. Drive the hips forward, take your gaze just to the ceiling, deep breath in. Big exhale. Inhale, reach those arms overhead. And let's take a big reach over to that left side, opening up the right side body, the right side hips. Inhale, come back up to center. Big reach over to the right. Opening up that left side body, left side hip. Inhale, come back to center. And then bring those palms to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. And then as you exhale, find your fold. Step back into your plank pose. If that feels good for you, you can just shoot right back here into your downward dog if you would like, or you can take your full vinyasa, your choice. Deep breath in. Big exhale. Deep breath in. And exhale. Inhale, extend that right leg back. Bend the knee and then open up that right side hip. Take some knee circles here. And then rotate that right knee all the way to the front of your mat. Take a big step to the front of your mat, coming into a high lunge on the right side. So by planting your feet into your mat, squeeze the inner thighs, and then reach the arms to the sky. Rotate those elbows back in line with the ears. Deep breath in. Big exhale, bend into that right side knee. Feel, so as you press that left heel back, you're gonna feel that left side hip open. Deep breath in. Reach and extend the arms overhead. And then left arm starts to rotate back, just touches the inside of that left thigh. Take your gaze beyond those fingertips. If you feel like you're losing your balance, just keep your gaze facing forward. And then bend, driving those hips forward, opening up that left side hip. Deep breath in. Big exhale. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, rotate both hands down to the mat. Right foot meets the left. And once again, you can start in your plank pose. You can shift back into your downward dog or take your full vinyasa. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Inhale, And then take that right knee all the way to the front of your mat, left foot plants. Inhale, come into that high lunge on the left side. Inhale, reach and extend the arms overhead. Finding your balance, squeezing those inner thighs. Bending into that left side knee. Now press back into that right side heel. Opening up that right side hip. Take a further bend. Maybe that right hand drops to the inside of that right thigh. Gaze comes to the ceiling. Squeeze the glutes and inner thighs. Drive the hips forward. Deep breath in. Big exhale. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, rotate those hands, down to the mat. Right foot meets the left, and then take your vinyasa or push back into your downward dog. It's amazing how winded you feel when you're pregnant. Deep breath in and exhale. So take your time, take what you need. Take one more big step to the front of your mat. Let your head fall heavy, relax the neck and shoulders. Inhale, slowly rise up. Reach the arms overhead. And then take your palms to heart center. Deep breath in. Big exhale. Here's a bonus here if you want to walk your feet to the outer edges of your mat, toes pointing out, heels in. Take your nice squat here. So start to bend into those knees. It depends on how far you can go. You can also slide down the wall to help you, but the wider stance you have, especially if you're tall like me, it's a little bit easier. So you want to start to allow the tailbone to drop heavy. Keep those feet planted firmly into your mat. Chest in, chin, come forward. Gaze comes forward. Let's hold it here for 2 breaths. Deep breath in. And exhale. Deep breath in. And exhale. Now release those palms and then slowly grab the knees and roll onto your back. Let's just roll out the spine, bringing those knees into the chest. Another way I like to open up the hips is really draw those knees into my chest and then away from the body. So really starting to draw those knees out and around. So squeezing those knees away and back, and then even alternating the direction of those circles. Nice big hip circles. And then from here, taking that left foot, bringing it flat on the mat, crossing that right leg over the left. So you have 2 options here. So if you're pregnant, it's a little bit harder to bring those knees into the chest. You can interlace the fingers, bring the knees into the chest that way, or you can grab those ankles and bring them in towards your seat, and then drive those heels in towards your seat. So here you're going to feel that right side hip flexor open. Deep breath in and exhale. Deep breath in and exhale. Go ahead and release those heels. And from here, if you want to take a supine twist, just go ahead and allow those knees to fall over to the left side of your body, drawing your right shoulder into your mat. If you're pregnant, I definitely would suggest just keeping the knees together and just rolling onto your left side, taking your shoulder with it. So if you're not pregnant, you can draw the right shoulder into the mat, keep those legs crossed, let the legs fall over to the left and your right shoulder draws into the mat. But if you're pregnant, just take that side fetal position over to the left. Deep breath in and exhale. Inhale, come back up to center, bring those knees into the chest. Right foot plants flat on your mat. Left leg crosses over the right. Interlace your fingers, bring those knees into the chest, or once again, take the right heel and left heel into the seat. And then the further you come along with pregnancy, the harder once again, rolling both knees over together along with the shoulder and just lying in the fetal position over to the right side. Deep breath in and exhale. Last inhale, come back up to center. Let's drop those heels right underneath the seat. We're going to do one bridge pose here before we close. So press those heels into the mat, draw those shoulder blades down and back. As you inhale, squeeze the glutes and inner thighs. Maybe interlace those fingers underneath the hips to drive your shoulder blades down. So press those heels into the mat, squeeze the glutes and inner thighs. If you are super third trimester pregnant, I definitely wouldn't recommend this, getting it super high. Maybe just take a supported bridge with your block right underneath your sacrum and just supporting